Welcome to the Motorcraft 100 of 1983 for the Australian Touring Car Championship. And check it up with these guys. I'll run into them on accident. We're at Adelaide International Raceway. And I, of course, already messed up the gear. "40 laps like the real thing." I already had to restart because I got screwed by hitting one of the curves, almost slipping, and accidentally, I guess, crossing the track. And then I come back onto the track, and I somehow am 18th now. So I had to restart this race entirely, and it really made me hate this game even more. Not due to the game being trash, it's more or less just how it works sometimes. It just doesn't make sense. I had that problem so many times, and half the time it doesn't make any sense. I've never had that issue with any other game in my life. There's my teammate. I'm in a Maserati, or not Maserati, a Monza RX-7, I believe that's what it was. And that was the second place finisher there that we just passed. And then I don't know if we have passed him yet. I'm pretty sure we've passed Peter Brock, because that was the real life winner of this race. They got Dick Johnson behind us, who did do select cup starts at Sonoma and a couple other road courses. I believe he done a couple of ovals. Could be wrong. And we're about to take the lead already on lap 2, as long as we don't make a mistake. Just got a really fast car compared to these guys. And also because it kind of sucked in the first turn here. Check up really hard in the first turn. You got Run Harrop. I don't know how you say that. I don't know if it's Harrop or Harup or something like that. Harrop. Because I am bad with names and I don't know how to pronounce. Oh god. I can barely say Thomas Incenciana. If I even did say it right. Second, just gotta do this real quick. Beautiful. Back in business. Gotta be careful with curves. This is what screwed me out of the race on the first attempt I did, where I should have been fine, but the game's like, nah. That was not as bad as what happened when I had to restart, but that was an example. A lot less of a destroying example. Mouse out of the way. The catch lap was about halfway through this race, which is pretty much like a 40-minute race with our lap times. okay. I went in there the same multiple times before, and eventually that time it didn't want to slow down, I guess. First time, or the last time, it was because I hit the curb. That time, I don't know what happened there. Maybe I just didn't lift early enough? So no, I got on the brakes at the right time. I just didn't. I usually lift a little bit through there. I guess I maybe kept it on the throttle thinking I was brave or something. A lot better. I just didn't do it early enough. I just did it a little too late. There was no return. I believe there was I believe second place was a Canadian, if I was correct, if I was looking at the nationality part right, because it was CDN, which I only can think is Canadian. And the reason why I think that and I say that is because I'm not sure, and also because on the site that I saw about the race, it only puts them in a 3-letter abbreviation of their nationality. Which I know AUS is Australia, and then New Zealand I would expect it to be NZL or something like that, or just NZ. So CDN I can only think is Canadian. So I believe my teammate was Canadian, so it wouldn't be too far off that I'm an American doing this. So maybe the fact that I'm doing a one-off. But it's my rules, my world. I can do whatever I want, and my channel. You can't do that. Well, if a Canadian can do it, then I can do it. Pretty much brothers at that point. Oh yeah, I would. If Canadians' healthcare, and I forgot what the other thing that I had a problem with, was better, would definitely live there. Same with Ireland. If I had a better chance there than what they have, or if they had better stuff than they have now, better, fixes on their problems, it would be an instant yes. And also the fact that their house prices are, I believe, rising like rapidly. I can't remember if that was true or not. Oh no! Went off. Australia, I can't deal with it because tarantulas. I don't like tarantulas. I hate spiders, I hate snakes, I hate all of that. I know I live in a high desert and that's kind of like, I don't know, it's skeptical, hypocritical, but like, at least here we don't got tarantulas. And I've barely encountered a snake where I've lived, so I'm better with that. I'd rather be able to deal with a spider than a tarantula. I wouldn't know what to do with a tarantula. Snake, I kinda can tell what I can do. I just don't want to egg it on pretty much, or act like it. Or trying to run away because it just acts like it's a challenge and it would just chase after me. Just preferably just don't want to be near it whatsoever. I would go mostly just because I would want to at least watch a supercars race. But it would only be Bathurst because I am not like very knowledgeable of the series and all the tracks there. I do want to go to that road course that they race at night at. I kind of like that place. Would like to go there maybe too. Did see that one highlight of the guy side drafting the guy across the line, beating him just barely. And it shows you that even though some races can be boring, you can still get cool finishes even without a playoff format. And the fact that people still say that Larson's championship was undeserving is kind of a misleading, because if Denny Hamlin won, it would have been even more undeserving. Yes, he had a reason to, and I get why people want him to, but you can't justify saying that if Larson didn't deserve it just because Hamlin had what was going on with him. It's not a justifiable reason. I understand, I do feel bad, but at the same time, it's not a justifiable reason. It's just the format that we're in. Like, I know I've been kind of hypocritical in saying when I say this of being just hate the player, not the game, or not hate the player, hate the game. Especially when I was talking about Jesse Love. I just hate Jesse Love. And also just knowing that Stillage had 370 points ahead was just so mad. And the fact that Larson won this and he was going to be ahead of him in points no matter what, it didn't really make me that mad for that reason. If Briscoe won, I would have been completely happy. Like, I wouldn't even think of even, like, saying anything else. But it's the fact that people, like, there are people that are like, they are not mad that he won, it's the way he won. I understand that. That makes total sense. Because it was an overtime restart. And how do you fake a flat tire? That's one thing. And second of all, why would they want to throw William Byron's chances away when you never know? Maybe Denny Hamlin could have blown a tire. Because that whole race was just blowing tires whenever you didn't expect them to. And it wasn't just a champ 4, it was literally everybody in the field. So anybody could have popped a tire on that last couple laps, and it would have never mattered. People are just so quick in saying it's race manipulation, even though back in the day it was celebrated for race manipulation, cheating, and all this. And now people want old NASCAR, but they get mad when people cheat. And it's like, well, what do you want? You can't have one but not the other. If you want old NASCAR back, you want cheating, pretty much. Everybody does it. It's not hard, like, to know that. You can't just say one team does it. I only say cheating Toyotas because it's funny, and also because it's a stereotype. It's not completely true. Really, it's Michael Waltrip that was cheating, so... It's just a term that I use because it's a stereotype remark. It's not a real remark. Everybody cheats in NASCAR, and everybody knows it. But they just don't want to say their driver cheated, even though they like the old racing, so that means they cheated more. And nowadays, you can't really cheat as much as you used to. And that's why I hope that the All-Star race is run what you brung, because, like, I want more innovation. I know people are like, I don't want a car leading every single lap. And I'm like, even with these specifications and these strictness of rules and stuff, Kyle Larson still won at Bristol by leading literally, I believe it was like 80% of the laps in both Bristol races, the last two besides the one that happened now. So spring this year, fall last year. and people were upset. And I'm like, well, if you liked old NASCAR, this is what happens. Get used to it. You say you want real racing, but you get mad that it's not exciting. And I'm like, it's exciting either way. It's cool that guy was able to do that, especially with the strictness of his car. And the fact that even, like, you even decided to do 4 tires on the last pit stop, knowing that it wouldn't make any sense to do 4 tires on that last restart. Even if you didn't know that Larson was going to do 2. You still should have done 2. It's the same way how Chase Elliott lost the Coke 600 in 2020. He should have stayed out, not pitted. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still, the system's still, it's broken. It's still broken, obviously, but at least our champion wasn't 16th in points. And I never ever said to a Logano fan that they should hate their driver and hate the format because their driver sucks and won because he was 16th. Never said that. I'm just saying that I hate Logano because of that. And that's why I'm saying he's an undeserving champion. I'm not saying that his fans should stop liking him. You can choose whoever you want. I don't care. As long as you don't come to me and be like, oh, my favorite driver won. As long as, I mean, you can say that as long as it's not like obvious taunting. Just because your driver won a championship from winning 1 race at Nashville. Getting lucky that you the 48 car got the DQ'd, and then 16th in points wins the championship because of the playoff format. And Denny only was there because he had the playoff format. If we go to that 3-3-4, they're still probably going to go with 4 cars at the end of that, and points-wise, he wouldn't even be in the top 4. He deserved to win the race, but not win the championship. I think he should have won it in 2006, I think it was. If the system didn't change that year because of Jimmy Johnson. I believe. I can't remember. It could have changed before Jimmy Johnson, and then it kept changing afterwards. I can't remember exactly. I think I can't remember exactly what year it was first, because I gotta count this while I'm racing here. It's gonna be a little weird. So 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, no, it was 2006 when it changed. Okay, don't remember exactly why it changed for 2006, but if that was the 2005 point standings, Danny Hamlin would have won easily. So I can't help you with that. It's NASCAR's fault and the playoffs' fault. It's not anybody in that race's fault whatsoever. It wasn't fate's fault, it was NASCAR's fault. If this was regular Winston Cup like it used to be, and races ended under caution like they used to, Denny Hamlin would have only won the race. If anything, Bell would have won the championship. And the only reason why I'm saying Larson would have won a championship either way is because I'm talking about the playoff, or the non-playoff format, the point standings that we would have if we did go to regular points, or regular full season points. Because that's most likely what they're going to do. They're not going to get rid of stages. I know that for sure. So Larson would have won last year and this year with that format. So if you want consistency as a format, and you get mad for who wins it because of consistency, then why did you vote for it in the first place? You can't have both. Just because somebody has a lot of wins doesn't mean they're consistent, and doesn't mean they had more points. That's not how it works. Point standings are who is the rightful champion. So if that means consistency, that means consistency. If it means more wins, it means more wins. It doesn't cater to both or one itself. It has multiple factors. Winning is useless if you can't be consistent. I remember it was out of Denny's hands that he was inconsistent in the last couple of races in that Texas race where he blew up. But it's not my fault that my driver won a championship. And if this was full season points, it's not my fault that he would have won either way. It's as simple as that. Very easy to know. You just gotta use your brain. You can't just be blindsided because you wanted this to happen, but yet you use the playoffs for it to happen, and you get mad because the playoffs did it better this time around, and actually gave us a better deserving champion. Because if the playoffs did give us Hamlin, he would have been the worst choice out of all of them. He would have been the most undeserving one. It would have been nice, yes, but it's not how it would have worked. Because if full season points was here now with stages, it wouldn't have been him either way. I've already lost somebody. I can't change that. I can't. And I never said anything about wanting people to subscribe to me just because of that. It's not how it works. Life is life. Life is unfair. It's gonna happen. Even though I've hated last year and 3 years before that, or the 3 years of the Penske's winning, besides really Blaney's, but Blaney's wasn't that deserving either. But I was able to wake up the next day and not worry about it. It's as simple as that. I got more things to worry about in my life than just who won the championship. It wouldn't have mattered either way. I would have felt the same way if Hamlin won. The championship is stupid, and the playoffs are stupid still. It wouldn't matter either way. You're not changing my opinion. Just because Larson won, I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying he was more deserving. I'm not saying that he deserved it. He was just more deserving. Really, Briscoe deserved it in this format compared to all the rest of them. And I like Briscoe. I know my facts, I know what's true and what's not, and the fact is, it wouldn't have mattered. He wasn't going to win either way. He should have won, I believe it was a rookie year, it was 2006, I could be wrong. He should have won 2006, and if he didn't mess up in 2010, he would have won 2010 too. Actually, no, Greg Biffle did that for him, I think. I can't remember how that wreck was. But yeah, it's... Just look at Kurt Busch's championship. If he happened to hit that wall, he would have been out of it. That system forever made NASCAR go with that system and make it more and more gimmicky. Because they died, it did something, when really it was just making people undeserving. The last two deserving champions were Larson in 21 and Martin Truex in 2027 or 2017. People say that Logano earned last year's, or was it 2022? I can't remember which year that Chase Elliott should have won. and people were saying, "Oh, you have to admit Chase Elliott wasn't that bad, that good." And it's like, just because he didn't have that many wins doesn't mean that he didn't deserve it. A full season championship is how you did, not how many wins. If you're gonna vote for it, then deal with it. And the fact that Logano still likes it is just kind of stupid, because it's how he only won his championships. I believe 2018, no, 2015. 2015 would have been the only championship, I think. I'm trying to remember what the sheet said that I had. No, he would have been 3-time either way. It's just the years were wrong. We would have won 2015. I believe he would have won. What was it? I can't remember. Was it 20? Oh, fuck. I can't remember. This is gonna really bother me. I believe 2015, 2018. I think 2019? I can't remember. There's one where it's back to back. I can't remember what year exactly it was. I think actually it might have been 2019, 2020. I can't remember. Can't remember much. And Hamlin messed up in that one. His crew, actually, you know what? His crew has lost him the last couple ones that he had a chance at winning. Because 2020, no, 2020, I don't even think he was in the Final Four on that one. 2021, he didn't get a good pit stop. 2019, he had the crew put that massive tape on her for absolutely no reason. He hasn't been in there since 2022, I believe, all the way up to this year. And he decided to do 4 tires. His crew decided to do 4 tires. It's his crew's fault. Not him, not the driver's fault, nobody else's fault. And the fact that he lost it because of that is the playoffs' fault. Because he would have won the race, and we've been fine with that. But him winning the championship made no sense. Just because everybody wanted him to doesn't mean he should have. It would have been fine. Like, I'm saying this as a Larson Briscoe fan. It would have been fine if he won. I wouldn't have cared. It wouldn't have mattered. But the outrage was stupid. Because yesterday there was a clear who was the champion, and they got robbed just because he didn't have a good car. Here, Briscoe should have won, but he didn't have a good enough car. Or actually, no, he had a great car until his tires started popping. Briscoe, in the format, would have won if it was just them and Bill was out of the equation. He would have been the most deserving one. Larson would have been the second, Byron would have been third, and Denny would have been fourth. Denny should be happy that he even, or I'm not saying he should be happy either way. He still should be kind of sad, because in this format, that was what NASCAR wanted, is the heartbreak and the excitement. And it's like you got neither. If what was happening now wasn't happening to Hamlin, he still should have been somewhat happy that he at least even got second compared to what he would have had. But since everything's going on, it just felt worse. If he was the worst car all day, it wouldn't even matter. Because it would have been from the start a long shot. But the fact that he lost because of a restart in this system was what made everybody mad and act like Larson didn't deserve it, even though just because it's one race and he didn't have the car that race, and they're like, they want a full season points, and they act like this race is all that matters. It matters in this system, yeah, but also in the system, it only matters who gets to the flag first. There is no such thing as 35 races before that when it comes down to one race. That's why I said if the playoffs still exist next year, I ain't watching most of the races anymore, because I watch every single race, and seeing how the last 3 years the races haven't even mattered, why watch every single race? That's why I try to watch F1 sometimes, but since I'm in America, it's kind of hard with time zones and everything. I even try to like watch the Trans Am series sometimes, which I didn't know still existed. So that was a nice thing to know. And that Paul Menard even still races. I try to watch these series with so full season points. It's just sometimes it gets, you're overshadowed by NASCAR and me just loving the sport so much, or I just can't watch it because I just get kind of mixed up in things. It's in the wrong time for me. That's why I watch Supercross a lot though, because they have a full season points. And you see nobody mad in their community about who's winning championships. It's so simple. They never touched their formula. Same with MXGP. They never changed their formula of how they do championships. Same with F1. They tweaked it, but they didn't change the entire thing. And they still have nobody complaining about the championship and how it works. And if they do, it's the people that are idiots that can't get into motorsports because, oh, it's so boring, or I can't watch this and it's too hard to understand. It's like, what's to understand is know that whoever's first has more points. And whoever is consistent can get more points than whoever wins more. It's so easy to understand. It's just the people who watch football, and it's really what NASCAR wanted was to make this football, which is it's not. Motorsports aren't football. It would never be football. I like watching football, but not in my NASCAR. Like I say like, I don't love football. I like watching it whenever it's on, when somebody puts it on for me, or if I play a game with them, or if I did that video like the college football game that I did. Because I grew up on football more than I actually did on NASCAR, but I just started liking NASCAR more than football. Because Casey Kane, mostly Casey Kane. And then once Casey Kane retired, it was Kyle Larson and Chase Briscoe. And if Larson does go to IndyCar, I'm probably not going to watch NASCAR that much anymore. That's how much I care about NASCAR compared to my favorite drivers. I couldn't care less about NASCAR itself but the drivers. Because I know they have to endure stupidness most of the time. Like, I applaud them for the last Talladega races not ending with a horrific crash compared to Daytona. And I don't know what it is about Daytona that they just can't get through their heads. I know Talladega's wider, and that's probably what's making that happen, but it's weird. Because usually, like, there was this big time where Daytona wasn't an issue, it was Talladega that was an issue. And so it was the same with ARCA for a while. And then it came back to Daytona, and it's just like, I know the Daytona 500 is chaotic because everybody wants to win that race. And I'm just like, if you guys could survive to the end, you will have a chance. And that's why I always think, it's like if you survive to the end, or what can be the end, you have a chance. You can't be eager, even with 5 to go. If you set yourself up, you can do a Ryan Blaney, or you can do a Dale Earnhardt in Talladega in 2000. It might be hard with this car, yes, but you can try, and you have a better chance than being wrecked and out of the race. That's why in iRacing, when I do super speed races, way in the back. And I won a race because I waited in the back until 5 ago, not 5 ago, 10 ago, made my moves, but didn't make any stupid ones. Waited until everybody cleared out from a lane that wasn't going that much. I stayed in that lane, and I got pushed out front because I stayed in a lane and didn't do anything stupid. And I didn't do anything stupid blocking people. I stayed in my lane throughout the whole entire length and won the race easily. If you stay in your lane, it's easy. It's like how I lost the Michigan race that I could have easily won because I got turned and flipped over because I was an idiot and decided I'm gonna block this. When I didn't block, I won the race. When I do block, I lose the race. It's so easy to just have more of a chance of winning a race if you just don't do anything stupid until you need to do it. You don't need to block lap 1. You don't need to lap or block any lap prior to like 5 to go. And I did that block at Michigan in trucks halfway through the race, not even 10 to go. I did it with like 30 to go still. And the caution was going to come out anyways because somebody got turned in the back of the pack and I just mirrored that crash. So it's stupid. I don't understand. And this is where I hate Logano mostly. It's because he does that all throughout the race and causes big crashes because of it. Same with Brad Keselowski, but pushing. But the thing is about Brad Keselowski is the fact that since he doesn't win a lot, same with like Kyle Busch, and he's kind of mellowed out more. He's kind of becoming like a dad vibe. And he's been getting to be more likable instead of more like, oh, it's just good hard racing. And it's like, no. Even Brad was done with his stuff at the end of 2022, that clash wreck that they had. He was done with him at the end of the 500 in 2021 when he blocked the absolute crap out of them and wrecked both of them. Or Logano blocked Brad. Did I say that correct? I don't remember. My mind is blank. But Logano blocked him so hard to the point they both wrecked. And like the time that Logano gets his repercussion, he's not even doing anything. And it's like the only time he has flipped was because he hasn't done anything. He didn't do anything stupid. But eventually it's gonna happen again for something that he did. And for him to complain about, oh, being safe and causing these, and having, has turned over, and say that they're idiots and that they're about to kill somebody, it's kind of hypocritical of him to say, because he does these blocks that absolutely make no sense. The only time that he didn't do anything wrong in a block, or yeah, a block, was when he blocked Bowman, because his Bowman move was a little more stupider than Logano's block. It was way more stupider than Logano's block. Yes, Logano still kind of caused it, but Bowman did it worse. He did it worse for him. I get there's aggressive drivers and you want to be aggressive the whole race, but why be aggressive at stage 1? That's why I didn't get in the summertime or the August Daytona race. Why did we have a wreck in the state? Why did we have a big one in stage 1 destroy the whole field? Same with Atlanta when they wrecked the whole field after stage 2, or at the end of stage, or at the beginning of stage 2. I don't understand that. Last year's Talladega race, that big one, it was a lot of circumstances going on. Because Brad didn't cause it. It was Logano pushing him at the same time that he was pushing Cindric. But at the same time, the pack was all getting strung out because of passing Todd Gilliland in the lap car. It wasn't Todd Gilliland's fault. It's just how it happens. And then with the way that the cars are, if you lock up the brakes, you kind of just immediately turn sideways. Like if you watch that wreck, the Ryan Blaney wreck in 2023 at Daytona, you can see Riley Herbst hit the brakes and he just whips it around, wrecks. Well, with enough ranting, and I guess that was kind of easy for me, so I can get around this race without having to be bored because I screwed up the first part, or first attempt. We're gonna win the Motorcraft 100 in this Mazda RX-7. So thanks for watching. Sorry.